Morning class 10th students. Today we will just I'll be giving you a quick revision about chapter 1 and chapter 2, a very briefing about, not in we will not be studying deeply the three chapters. I'll be teaching you chapter 1, chapter 2 and chapter 3 till 13th May, where we have studied. Okay, so I'll tell you one more most important thing, that earlier I had made a already video for today. Like, I was trying to complete chapter 3, which I had also almost completed, but later on I came to know that the video we don't have to teach any new topic in the video, only a revision video should go. So this is the reason I have to make this another video for revision purpose. The thing is, whenever you are going to see that video, maybe in the month of July, so you might be hearing about my few words saying that prepare for the test very well, learn thoroughly, and all those things. So please don't pay attention on in that in that words now, because that words were that I said for this test, no, which you are going to appear from tomorrow. Okay, but the video is now will float in July, so please adjust accordingly. Right, so students, periodic table, periodic properties and variation of properties, I'll be giving you a quick revision about that. So if you want to learn this whole chapter, so I'll give you a very short way to learn this whole chapter. This is the summary of the whole chapter, I would rather say. So learn this thoroughly, learn it very, very deeply, thoroughly. You need to learn it. This is the sum of whatever we have studied in the whole chapter. Once you will learn this, you will not face any issues in the chapter, right? Although it is not advisable to leave the chapter and just focus on it. It is not like that. Read the chapter, go through it, and but learn this table most importantly, right? All right, okay. So yeah, last year questions are the most important part, which is there in your book at the end of the chapter. Please do all the questions, learn all the questions, learn thoroughly, do all the questions properly, and do practice. Most importantly, do all the questions. Okay, so I'll be explaining you a quick revision. Not all the topics I want to explain, be able to explain, just a simple, like there are in general 18 groups, right? Group 1 is alkali metal group, second is alkaline earth metal, third is transition metal. 14, 15, 16, 17, sorry, for 13, 14, 15, 16 are generally represented by the name of their first member of the family. Like boron is the first member, so boron family, then carbon family, then nitrogen and oxygen family. Group 17 are generally termed as halogens, and group 18 as noble gases. Right, students? All right. Now there are in general 7 horizontal rows, and these rows are termed as periods. Right, now what is the important point in this chapter is we will be discussing about the variation of the different periodic properties across the period and down the group. Right, so if I'll talk about the atomic size, then atomic size decreases across the period and decreases down the group. Metallic character, it decreases across the period, and metallic character increases down the group. Talking about non-metallic character, so reverse of metallic character, that is non-metallic character increases across the period and decreases down the group. Ionization potential, so ionization potential increases across the period and decreases down the group. Inverse happens in case of electron affinity increases across the period and decreases down the group. Same will happen in case of electronegativity, that is, it increases across the period and decreases down the group. So this is what I have explained in short, what is written in this whole chapter, right? All you need to do is to learn this key point. Okay, reason, you try to understand it. As soon as you'll understand it, number of shells, basically it depends how number of electron, how easier it is to remove the last electron from an atom. So as soon as you'll understand, you'll get this chapter. The chapter is very easy. It is not at all difficult. No reactions are there. Nothing is there. So it is very easy for you all. One important point I would like to tell you is that you can confuse in between electron affinity, electronegativity, ionization and all these things. So better you make a paper, take a A4 paper, and in that just write in short terms like atomic size directly proportional or inversely proportional to size, like this across the period down the group. Just write the key points and go through it. So better to understand in that way. Moving to the next chapter, that is chemical bonding, right? So chemical bonding, in this chapter, the important thing is how the bonds are formed. Actually the whole chapter is important, how the bonds are formed. Even if I'll talk about the reduced topic, then not a single topic is reduced from this chapter. So the first two chapters are very, very important and not a single topic is reduced. So you have to learn it in for your exams also. Like if you are thinking that chapter will be reduced, it is not so, right? All right. So basically, go through the chapter again. I'll give you advice that do as much as last year questions you can do as much as last year questions, right? A quick revision of this chapter 2, chemical bonding. So chemical bond means a bond formed between two different atoms. So generally a bond is, there are three types of bond: covalent, ionic and coordinate, right? So what do you mean by covalent bond? A covalent bond is that type of bond in which sharing of electron takes place. All right. One atom will share particular electrons, the another atom will share same number of electrons, and they both will share their electrons with each other. That type of bond is known as covalent bond. What is ionic bond? When there is a complete transfer of electron takes place, right? Like sodium metal will give its one electron completely to chlorine metal atom. So that type of bond is known as ionic bond. And in this type of bond, cation and an anion is formed. Cation positively charged, anion negatively charged, right? So they have given their few conditions of formation of the ionic bond, and they have also explained the Lewis dot structure. So students, please be careful about making the diagrams. Please, like last time you have sent me your work, but the diagrams were like, some of the students have sent me very untidy diagrams. It was not at all clear in the diagrams also, and they have made the diagram with pen. So please avoid using pen for making diagrams, right? So the next type is that is covalent bond, in which sharing of electron takes place. There are three different types of covalent bond: single covalent bond, double covalent bond and triple covalent bond. Single, in which there is one bond formed between two atoms. Double, in which there are two bonds formed. You can see this example, carbon dioxide wala. And triple in case of nitrogen, N2 gas, right? Thereafter they have differentiated the covalent bonds into two types: polar and non-polar covalent bond. Okay, so polar means non-polar. Let's start with non-polar. When the two atoms are homogeneous atom, means the bond formed is between the same atoms, then we call it as non-polar, right? Polar means two poles, when the poles are arised in a particular molecule, for instance HCl, right? So how from where does this polarity concept has came? It has introduced from the term electronegativity, right? Electronegativity means the tendency to attract shared pair of electron. I repeat, to attract only and only shared pair of electrons, right? So once if there is some heterogeneous atom, molecule like HNCl, two different atoms से मिलकर एक molecule बना है, in that case what happens, that the one which is more electronegative will attract electron towards itself. With the result what will happen, the more electronegative element will get slight negative charge. You can see that the electrons will be attracted towards chlorine. With the result, the chlorine atom will become slight negative, not complete negative, because if I'll make complete negative, it will become ionic bond. It is not an ionic bond, it is a covalent bond. So slight negative charge will come on chlorine and slight positive charge will come on hydrogen, thus arising the concept of polar covalent bond. All right, now there is an important point which they have given, is that this fractional charges of polar covalent compound are converted to complete charges and ions are produced as soon as we dissolve them in water or in their solution state. कह रहे हैं जो polarity आया है, slight charges आया है, it will convert completely into ions as soon as we'll dissolve it in water or in their solution form, right? For instance, this is HCl, so HCl will dissociate to give H positive and Cl negative. So these are actually ions. H positive and Cl negative are exact ions, right? So this process is known as ionization. That means this process is known as ionization. So you can remember the three most electronegative elements are FON: fluorine, oxygen, nitrogen. All right, thereafter they have given few conditions and few examples how covalent bond are formed. After that they explain the effect of electricity in electrovalent and covalent compound. Basically they want to explain with the help of this diagram, with the help of this experiment, not diagram, with the help of this experiment they want to explain that ionic compounds are good conductors of electricity either in molten or in aqueous state due to free mobile ions, right? Free mobile ions are responsible for the conductivity of electrons. On the contrary, covalent compounds do not, right? Now the third type of bond is coordinate bond. Coordinate bond is a type of covalent bond when sharing is taking place. Sharing takes place but only from one atom. Only one atom shares the electrons and both the atom will share the electrons which are being given by only and only one atom. Means दूसरा atom का कोई sharing नहीं होता है. Such type of bond are known as coordinate bond or say dative bond, right? So here they have given few examples of hydronium ion and other examples also. Hydronium ion and ammonium ion ka bhi example they have given. Apart from this they have given one more example of H2SO4. This also contain two covalent and two coordinate bond. No, how many covalent bonds are involved here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 covalent bonds are involved here and 2 coordinate bonds are involved here, right? Alright students, so important thing is in this chapter is to do more and more written practice of these bonds, the compounds. The more you will practice कहाँ पे coordinate बन रहा है, where you are forming covalent bond, the more you will get to know about what you are doing mistakes. Because in the test when I have taken, I have seen number of students doing mistake in these Lewis dot structures. So please practice Lewis dot structures very well. Do practice once, twice, thrice, so that your concept will be much more clear. Because when it comes in your test part, so mistake starts occurring, right? All right. The third chapter is acid, bases and salts. One thing I'll tell you, I'll be giving test from this chapter up to only till here. Yeah, only acid part is going to come in the exam, not the bases and salt part I'll give. Only acid part I'll be giving you. ठीक है? Although salt तो आ ही नहीं रहा है, वो reduce हो चुका है. 3C पूरा का पूरा it is not in the syllabus. 3B is totally reduced. Only one page is left from 3B exercise. So talking about the chapter is almost completed. Like 60% chapter. Yeah, around 60% chapter is completed. So very small portion of chapter is left. Maybe in one lecture or in two lecture I'll complete the chapter. Let's not talk about the completion of chapter. What I am saying that I'll give you only till the acids, not beyond that, right? So basically what is the definition of acid and bases? It is acids are those which give H positive ion when dissolved in water, right? So right, generally it is not H plus ion, it is hydronium ion, that is H3O positive ion, which is responsible for the properties of acids, right? So you all must know, you all have know, you all now know how this hydronium ion is formed, right? In the previous chapter, you must have understood that in this, one is coordinate bond, two are covalent bonds. Now the next is how they have classified the acids. So acids are generally classified on the basis of, according to, if I'll classify on the basis of their sources, then it is classified into two types: organic and inorganic. Inorganic are generally mineral acids, organic which are obtained from plants and animals, right? Generally organic acids are weak acids. On the contrary, inorganic solids or mineral solids are very strong acids, except carbonic acid, which is a weak acid, right? Okay. Now if I'll talk about the classification on the basis of their basicity. Basicity means the number of hydronium ion released. So there are 3-4 types of bases acids: monobasic, diabasic, triabasic. So monobasic means when one molecule of an acid dissociate to give one molecule of hydronium ion. One molecule of acid dissociate to give one molecule of hydronium ion. Such type of acids are known as monobasic. When one acid gives, one molecule of an acid gives two hydronium ion, like in that of sulfuric acid. Such type of acids are known as diabasic. Similarly, there are few acids which give 3 hydronium ion on dissolving it in water. You can see that this is H3PO4 and this one H3PO4 molecule is giving 3 hydronium ion. Such type of acids are known as tribasic acids, right? Thereafter, the next is how are they prepared, and there are few methods of their preparation, how they are prepared. Please do written practice of all the equations. You know, equations seem to be very easy, but at the time of exam we will forget कि 2 आएगा, like here HNO3 आएगा, HNO2 आएगा, क्या आएगा, we get confused. Similarly, like here it is N2O5, so we generally confuse कि N2O4 था, N2NO2 था, क्या था. So it seems very easy, but actually it is not, right? So yeah, next is their chemical properties. So chemical properties, only these 2 chemical properties are in the syllabus. Beyond this, action of dilute acids on salts are not coming in the syllabus. This whole topic is reduced. After this, it is the basis topic has started, which I am not including in the test. So students, again I'll say that, see, we have done I'm not talking about chapter 3, but talking about chapter 1 and chapter 2, we have done all the back exercises. We have discussed all the back exercises. Not a single question is left, I think, which we have not done. So please focus on last year questions, especially back exercises, in which which are last year questions. All right. Bye bye.